What I'm about to do is walk you guys through my project as it is right now. We'll go through a couple of things here. First, we'll go through the completed pages, and then I'll take you through the storyboards that I have done, or at least like give you a brief overview of the rest of the story. So, a shout out the door. To start off with what it is a graphic novel that explores the effects of PTSD on a young boy after having a terrible experience with sexual assault. The his trauma is represented by a shadow that stalks him throughout the story, as we can see here. Can I zoom in on this? Yeah, as you can see here, there is a shadow that stalks him, and this boy Nairobi, he's he's paranoid. He's freaking out. Doesn't really know what to do. He doesn't know if it's a real thing that's following him or it's all in his head. And for the most part, for the story, it doesn't really matter. What matters is the emotions that I was hoping to get through, which is just that feeling of being stalked or being watched all the time, or having like this dark, shadowy feeling in the pit of your gut after something traumatic happens. And it's hard to explain, but I hope in the project I got the feeling across well. But as we can see in the story, the shadow is stalking him throughout the halls of his school. He bumps into a kid, but he sees that the shadow attached to this kid. This causes him to kind of black out and attack that kid. And then we cut to him in the principal's office. He's got some bruises on him to imply that a fight happened afterwards. And then we get a little bit of an explanation of what's going on here. So for the last 2 weeks, this shadowy thing has been stalking him, and we see a bit of what happened 2 weeks ago. So he's in his bed asleep. The door opens, so we shed some light in there. He thinks it's his mom, but we see the shadow silhouette in front of him. He looks up and he's shocked, and then we see, boom, his abuser with the shadow emanating from him. And we cut back to the present times. He's kind of shaken out of that flashback by his mom, and he can still see the shadow, but he hesitates in telling her anything because he doesn't know if she'd believe him. And then we get to the principal's office, and that's all. It's all in this little preview here.